my channel. So today I'm going to do an kind of end of summer garden tour. I've waited until now to do this just because a lot of things are ready to be picked, ready to be harvested and grown, and it's kind of like my intro into the fall time and the videos that I'm going to be making in the fall. So let's just jump to it. But before I get into it, I would like to remind you guys to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot and I am greatly appreciated for it. Also, follow me on my Instagram. I'm active daily over there, and yeah, so let's just jump into it. So first I'm going to start here. These were our beans. I say were because we've eaten most of them. But here we just had like a pickling bean. So these guys here, and we have made lots of casseroles and frozen pickled beans and just bean salads, and they were really good. And then just panning over here are a few other types of beans. So these guys right here were purple beans. I have shown them in my vlogs in the past. And then right here, these were Italian beans. So these were like, here, there's actually still one on the vine. So these were like a pink and green striped Italian bean, which just when you cook it, it tastes the same as a purple bean or a green bean. Here we have some random squash plants. We do a lot of composting, especially in the winter time. So in the springtime, when we start our garden again, sometimes we have surprise vegetables, but this one has not produced anything yet. And because it's so late in the summer and fall is on its way, I doubt that it will produce anything. Out in the country, we try to keep up with the weeding, but we do have lives and sometimes it doesn't work. And some people may call this a type of like guerrilla gardening, where you just throw your vegetables and see what happens. And I feel like that's part-time what we kind of do out here. We obviously do till our gardens and compost throughout the year, and sometimes some things just don't grow as great for us as they have in the past, but we're still happy with what we do get at the end. So here we have some yellow zucchinis. I'm going to leave these for probably another week, and maybe that big one will be good to grow, and some of the other ones hopefully will grow for us. Right beside those yellow zucchinis, we have a very unique type of tomato. It's kind of like striped. We'll wait for these to get a little bit more green, or sorry, we'll wait for these to get a little bit more red, and then we can pick them and eat them. There are actually quite a few green ones right here. We'll just leave them for a few more weeks. Here we have, I do believe, just your Roma tomato. There's a few red ones, and there are a few green ones. And then right beside these, we have kind of like an egg-shaped tomato, so similar to those striped ones, but they're not striped. But they are more oval-shaped and egg-shaped. We have some banana peppers and some, I guess, yellow bell peppers. These ones are ready to be picked. Moving on to these two sections, we have squash and melons. We picked our little, this is a tiny cucumber plant. Our cucumbers didn't do very well, but there are a couple cucumbers here, as you can see, and some interesting shaped ones as well. I'm not able to tell you exactly which kind of squash these are because we just kind of did the whole guerrilla gardening thing. Does anyone know why our squash plants are turning yellow and dying? We had this problem back in the city, and we're not sure if it's the soil or if they're getting too much sun. I don't think they're getting too much sun, but as you can see, a lot of them are going yellow, and this isn't just due to the fall coming. This has been kind of like this all year, but still producing fruit. Sorry, vegetables. So here I do believe I found a spaghetti squash, possibly. I'm not quite sure because it's not the color that a spaghetti squash is. If you know what kind of squash this is, let me know. It might be a pumpkin. Do you believe this one is the same? Again, it's more green, but it is a little bit smaller. All of this right here is actually mint. It is pretty much an invasive species here, and it'll just grow like crazy. I hate it. Here I do believe we have a cantaloupe or a Santa Claus melon. We actually purchased Santa Claus melons at the store in the winter, and we decided to keep the seeds. And here is another one of those melons. Here I'm thinking this is possible that is a watermelon, but I'm not 100% sure. If you know, let me know in the comments down below. And just like the one you just saw is another one. I do believe this is just a watermelon. Moving on to the last row of random squashes that we have and melons. Right off the hop, we have here, I don't know, what I think may be also a watermelon, but it is very cute. I don't want to disturb it too much. This, I am almost 99% sure, are spaghetti squashes, and those are the color that they should look with no stripes. So we have two of them there, and we have one of them there. And then this little guy is a butternut squash. So cute. I don't think we've ever grown these before, so I'm very excited to try this guy. I'm not quite sure what this is, but I don't really like him being in my garden, but I also don't want to touch him. He's like a spider with wings. Scary. I'm not sure what the beginning of this is. If you know, let me know. We have about maybe 4 of these ones. And we also have about 4 of these guys. I think these are like a petty something squash. I'm not quite sure. But there's another one growing. So we'll give these a few more weeks as well. That is it for the vegetables. Moving on to the other things that we have here in the garden or near the garden are these 2 very large castor bean plants. They are just breathtaking in color, shape, and size. They can grow as tall as your house, but please be aware that these are extremely poisonous to humans and animals if they are ingested, especially these pods here that are growing. Just be mindful of that if you have any critters or children that just don't listen. Off to the left of these, we have some canna lilies. Here we have the smallest, saddest sunflowers. I'm not sure if these are even going to grow because, like I said, the lows at nighttime are getting roughly to be 15 and lower. So we'll just see what happens with those. And then just another canna lily here. So the second last thing that I want to show you guys today is the horseradish. This is what horseradish looks like. If you know me and want some, holler, because I have tons of it. It grows in the ground and it's usually ready by about now, even earlier. It has a very distinct full leaf. And like I said, it grows in the ground, so you would just pull it out of the ground. And there's tons of that. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to watch how I make homemade mock Arby's Horsey sauce. Because here where I live, there's no more Arby's anymore, which is such a shame. Here I am bringing you to our little family vineyard. I made this sign, welcome to Hoarfrost Vineyards. And we just like to grow some grapes for our own personal reasons. Having our own juice and wine is really good for the adults at night and the juice for kids during the day. So next I have David here to just talk a little bit about the types of grapes that we grow.
Being in a climate that's actually colder than zone 3 and more in line with zone 2, it took some experimentation to figure out what would actually grow here. Now this variety here is called a Candioi. It has a different kind of leaf and it actually grows a full-size table grape. If you're wondering why they're so close to the ground, it's because in this cold climate the plant dies right to the ground every year and has to start fresh. Then over here we have a variety that's called Beta or Beta, and they're a mix between a wild grape and a Concord. The grape that seems to grow the best here is the Valiant, and they're also a mix between the native grape and Concord grape, and Just in case you're curious, the Concord grape is what Welch's uses for grapefruit juice. And since everyone's tried Welch's grapefruit juice at least once in their life, you have an idea of what the flavor is. So it's like Welch's, a lot more sour. You can make wine from these grapes and juice. The problem with making wine from this kind of grape is the sugar content is too low. So you end up having to buy sugar. So there's not any cost savings in growing these. I just grow them more so for the juice and for the fun of growing my own grapes. Just in the back 40 here, I guess, as I'd like to call it, I decided to grow the grape that's native to Manitoba. Now, throughout the US, this might be referred to as a riverbank grape, and I'm sure there's many different names for it. No matter where you are, every state or province probably calls it something else. But essentially, it's a wild grape. As you can see, it's even growing up into the apple tree there. They're very sour, and they're okay for maybe jam and jelly. This grape here is called, it's a proper winemaking grape. It's called Chateau Frontenac, and it was developed at the University of Minnesota, and it's a cross between numerous species that ends up creating a grape that you could just crush and make wine from without having to add sugar or have too many extra expenses involved. So I'm hoping to get a few more of these going over the years. Over here in this empty plot is numerous attempts at growing a green grape. Now nothing seems to grow. This one here might be called Golden Star, Golden Prairie. It seems to have come back right at the end of the year. Over the last 7 years, I've tried growing numerous species of green grapes. However, I find it's just too cold here and they don't survive the winter.
Thanks for joining me today on my little garden tour and the fruit and the vegetables that we grow here at our home in the country. Just want to remind you again to make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you love content like this, throughout the fall I'll be showing you how to do a lot more wine tasting, of course, and as always talking about my plants. So until next time, XOXO MM.